Making a configuration for yourself is easy. That is not what I will be talking about here. Doing it for others, for instance project partners, will require more consideration. For yourself, one or two domain controllers will get you pretty far, but normally you have to set up things for a bigger group of people. That is the setup I will talk about here. If you don't do this properly, then you or other participants of a project will lose a lot of time. So for each domain, we need at least one domain controller, then set up proper delegation to this DNS domain. So the rest of the test environment and or company can get to these servers. Otherwise, you can only do this ADFS testing from machines that you yourself can configure. And that is not what you want in a bigger project. Don't even think about messing with host files. That will cost you more than doing the proper DNS setup. During a project, more and more people will want to see this work and show it to others, which is good of course. Then you have no control and host files will not work. Set up your domain controller, do the DC promo, set up the DNS servers, forward to regular DNS infrastructure. You need access to the internet in these labs. And in development and test environments, I install Visual on any machines that I can get my hands on. We want to use Visual Studio to customize ADFS. You need service certificates for the website in IIS. So either you buy external certificates or use an internal CA. Do not use self-signed SSL server certificates. It will cost you much more time in a project if you do use those self-signed certificates. An external certificate authority like VeriSign or GoDaddy is very good when you work with external partners in your proof of concept or test environment. Then there's never any hassle with people not trusting your root or nasty messages. The other alternative, if you have only internal clients in your test lab, then you can do it what I did here, and that is install a Microsoft Enterprise CA and issue server and or use certificates from there. Installing a server is relatively easy. It's a two-step process and you have to pay attention to one or two things and then it's a really no-brainer. You'll see it later on. Be careful, do not accidentally install the old ADFS1 role. It's a separate executable, as you will see later. That consists of two steps. First, you do the setup wizard and it will do IIS setup, it will install the proper .if, do some updates, etc. After that, you can check your certificates if they're okay and go into the next step, the configuration wizard. And then add the SDK environment, etc., etc. So let's take a look at the real setup. So here we are on a brand new 2008 R2 machine. It's up to date with Windows Update and we're going to install ADFS2. Let's take a look. Here it is. We'll run ADFS setup. Yep. Now ADFS and .if do have a tendency to do silent updates. Those are updates that you don't know about. Let's click continue. Accept license. Yes, we are going to do a federation server and not a proxy. And here's a list of all the things that it will install automatically. So I was saying there is a tendency to have silent updates, updates that you don't know about. It's a good idea to always save your old executables, your old setup files somewhere, so that later on you can compare and do conversion scenarios if you need to. But in general, the silent updates are okay. They help things and they haven't bitten me so far. I'm going to cut out a couple of things because you do not have to sit and wait all the time while ADFS setup is installing all the components it needs. But I will show you flashes each time it updates some component. Like now we switched to IIS. This screen appears to hang, but it's probably not hanging. It's just not looking at the Windows message loop. That's why it appears to hang, but be patient, it will get there. So I have cut out about 5 minutes, but here we are. This is it. And at this very moment we are not going to start the configuration wizard. But we're going to take a look at a little bit of extra theory and some confidence tests.